What's up, everybody? We live. I'm trying to check and make sure we live. What's up, y'all? Let's see. Damn, I'm supposed to have my other device, man. What's up, everybody? What's up, all the building wealth for our black people, man? We in here for another episode, man. I'm just gonna talk about it. I'm just get right into it, man. So I'm just waiting to see some people fall in here. Just waiting to see. But we live over here. Yeah, it's crazy. All right, man. Let's see. What's up, everybody? You talking about InvestFest here, man? What's up, man? I'm trying to see if a couple people join in real quick. I started a little late, but we gonna see what it do, what it looks like. But let's talk about InvestFest, man. But for real, everybody. It's your boy Raymond from Building Wealth for Our Black. I'm just gonna keep it real, man. That InvestFest was like super dope, bro. It was amazing. Like some people might not understand. Let me see. Some people might not understand. Like if you didn't go, now I see why people go and come back because it's a lot of knowledge in the room, man. And I think it's just that not even just going, just like what you get is the energy that you get when you get there. So let me break it down. So this is my first year going to InvestFest, and I was like, I don't know, I want to spend the money to go. You know, I mean, I'm gonna tell you right now. To start off, like the general admission is like $250. Then the VIP is 1,500, and everything else, is like shoot. Everything else is like I think higher than that. Like you can get like a lifetime VIP. But let me tell you, man, like if you on the fence and thinking about going to InvestFest, you should definitely go. This year was over like 25,000 people there, so that's a lot of people, bro. Let's see, I'm out of focus. Yeah, that's a lot of people, bro. Let me switch to my other camera. Well, that's a lot of people, man. So what I'm trying to say is, you definitely want to tap in, like, and the crazy part, it wasn't like just young people, old people. It's like all ages of people. It was people. It was people who brought their kids. It was like old people, probably like, I want to say old, like 60. It was young people, you know. So you had all generation, like your baby boomers, your millennials, you know, all the generations, your Gen Z, like everybody was there, and like it was. So let me break it down. Let me just get. I'm gonna get to my notes here. So yeah, I got some notes here. So let me get to my notes here. Let me make sure stuff's not blocking my way. So let me get to my notes here. So I didn't get there till late. So I didn't get there. I was got there like Friday evening. So I didn't really take on any of the conversations, anything on Friday. So I really didn't even check in until um, until InvestFest till Saturday morning. But I did go to some of the after hours events and on Friday and just met with a lot of people then. So that was pretty cool. Networking. So it's a lot of networking. But I definitely in the future recommend like if you plan on going to get there Friday, um, definitely get there on Friday. So that's why I recommend like if you go plan to go like from Friday, I say Monday, so you can like get the full experience. So I had to leave Sunday, so I just caught the very end of Magic Johnson stuff, and I had to like burn out of there and head to the airport. But you know, I felt like it'd been better if I would have just stayed the whole time and could have caught everything. We didn't feel rushed leaving out, but I'm gonna get right to the point. Like some people, first things people ask me is like, was it worth the $250? And like, did you get $250 like worth of knowledge? And I'm gonna tell you guys, like, if you go in there just like you think somebody finna give you a gym that's like give you all the steps to do whatever you're trying to do, then you wrong, bro. That's your mindset that you think you're gonna get all the game, you know, from A to Z, like everything on the list, then you wrong, man. So I don't know if you come to InvestFest thinking that's it, then that's you totally wrong. And then too, if you think you gotta be an entrepreneur to go to InvestFest, you wrong about that. Like you really can. I mean, it's a little bit of everything because they talk about like finance. You know, if you just working a regular 9 to 5 and you want to try to you stacking up and you trying to figure out how you want to invest your money, is it got that. So everything ain't about just just 100% about like you're an entrepreneur and you got to have a business and all that. So it just kind of teach you, if you want to invest your money, if you're working 9 to 5, or if you want to put in stocks, crypto, just a lot of information about things that's going on. So let me see what's the best session. So let me say my best session. I think, man, all of them were good. Like they had so many good speakers because like Magic Johnson was throw, Issa Rae, she gave a lot of game, and it was who else? 19 Keys. It was so many people there that like it's hard to say. Who I got her book, Alicia Little. She was giving this book out. Let me switch over. So I'm planning on going through it. It's a book on. Let me see if I can get it to focus. I had to run this by myself today, so I kind of set it up at the last minute. So I apologize. But this is uh, Alicia Little's. Make sure y'all get that. She talk about AI. If you watch any podcast, she been doing her rounds about how to use AI, and it's crazy because most of us we think about AI, and I didn't realize how basic I was using AI. I mean, I'm just give y'all a little like most of us we might have AI write an email or do something like that, but she was talking about having like how you can put in a prompt where you can have like AI see yourself as a board member and you can bounce off questions off of them. It was like very advanced. So at the end of the day, I know which is like most of the speakers, they're gonna try to get you to get their full course, but they give you enough information like to make you really think like this is what I might need to be doing. And going back with AI, everybody is talking about AI, and AI might be taking some jobs, and that's true. But you want to be on the other side, so you are using it to better your business, better whatever you're doing, even at your job. You just want to be on the other side of AI. You want to be on the side where you're not using it. Like you say, you use it, you lose it, you lose. I mean, you use it, you lose it, whatever you want to call it. So you want to be on that side of AI. You don't want to be on the backside thinking like, damn, I should have jumped on AI when everybody was on it. But definitely, that's what you want to do when you come to AI. So let me slide this table back. Maybe I can focus a little bit better. Uh, yeah, let's switch to this camera real quick. Man, I'm about crispy over here, man. So I'm gonna switch. I'm gonna keep on this one for a second, man. So, um, but for real, like it was a lot of knowledge. So let me get back to the tips, man. I'm kind of rambling over here. Let me see what we're looking like. So I'm kind of rambling over here, but let me get back to the tips. So that's what y'all guys probably want. So one thing to expect when you go to InvestFest is that you're not gonna get all the set. You're not gonna see all those sessions, bro. You are not gonna see all those sessions because what they do, they have a session going on over here in one hall, and a session going on in another hall. So the session's going on at both times. So that's one thing that it kind of sucks, but I can't complain because everybody might not want to see everything, and two, at least you get the uploads where you can go and watch it later. At least I can say that because I already started watching some of the stuff I missed. So I guess basically since you can get a streaming ticket or what it's called a online ticket, which I forgot how much that was for, but so I guess they pretty much took whatever they were streaming to you guys online and just had it pretty much ready to go. So I definitely feel like you're gonna have to tap in and watch all that to get all the information because you can't go between each session because there's multiple sessions going on at one time. Um, I haven't been to InvestFest the years before, so I can't say that like the organization. A lot of people are asked like, was it organized? How they do us black folks hard when you got a business. They'll be like, they didn't organize this well. But I can say from this is my first time being there. Like this stuff was organized, man. When I say this stuff was organized, I had no issues. Now I can say I got there on Saturday, so that might play a part. But I had no issues registering. Like I didn't even have my QR code, and they like just bring up your email, and they found it real quick. They had an app, so they had InvestFest app. So if I'm pretty sure they're gonna do it next year, so I recommend you download the app because the app sends you notification every time a new speaker starts. So if you in the marketplace or you in another hall and you like, man, I forgot 19 keys about to get on, they send a notification through the app saying, this is about to start and what hall they were in. So that was helpful. So you knew where to go and what hall to go to and kind of kept you on track with that. So I can say that like whoever came up with the idea to do the app, and that was great. I seen my uncle there. So this is I think his second or third year, no second year, and he said uh, the audio and visual was better this year. So all thing I got to say, man, to the guys at EYL, like, man, y'all need to make sure y'all do that every year because it wasn't no bad seat. Like, if you didn't pay for the VIP, you had good seats still because what they did, they had, now the big LED panels, the block panels, where you can make it any size that you want. They had all those panels. They had like big screens in the back of the hall, so and the sound system. So I heard online they was saying like years before that you couldn't hear well. I can say they fixed that. Like no matter where you sat, you can hear, see, you knew what was going on. So that was on point. So nothing to complain about the sessions. And I think why I wouldn't recommend nobody just to do the online because like the energy and some people like might not understand that when you say like the energy, like what do you mean the energy? But like the energy in the room when you in a room with like they said it's 25,000 people who all like minded. You know, they trying to accomplish something, and then the vibes because it's all us. It's all the culture. They had a DJ playing the whole time in the lobby. It was music steady going on in the lobby, and then in between the sessions, they had a DJ going. You know, like before Magic Johnson, we was up doing line dances. It was like the whole environment just had you uplifted and you like ready to go. So like I said, like man, that the whole experience for me for the first time was really dope. Um, like I said, just make sure you get there. I recommend you get there early. And I had to Uber because I stayed in a hotel I thought was close, like walking distance close, but it wasn't. So I would recommend staying at a hotel that's the one that's connected to Hilton if you can. They said that was a new hotel. I talked to some people who said like the power went out for a little bit there. I don't know because that storm that rolled in. So that they said that was kind of messed up. And they said I know some people who came on Friday said due to the bad weather, they had to kind of like put the VIP and the regular people kind of together because they didn't want people to be out in the rain. But I mean, you can't control stuff like that. Like you can't control that because definitely you don't want nobody out in the rain. So you can't control that. Let me see. I just don't want to. So, but back to what I was saying. Um, so let's go back to any unexpected costs. I'm right down looking at those. I say the only biggest unexpected cost is the Ubering. I mean, food trucks. I mean, food trucks are always food trucks, so they price is pretty much about the same at anytime you get food trucks. Uh, just Atlanta. Anybody been in Atlanta? If you go out or do anything, I feel like it's a little bit higher than Houston. I'm not. It's not like Miami high, but if you from depends on where you coming from, it might not be that bad. But like if you come from wherever you come from, you might not expect to spend as much you was spending because they were trying to charge people like $50 to get in spots, and like $25 for a drink. But that's only if you go out. But just being there really was no unexpected cost. I mean, so that was pretty much on point. I'm gonna talk about the marketplace. So the marketplace, there was a whole bunch of vendors there. And so if you are thinking like you're an entrepreneur and you thinking about getting you a vendor there, you don't have to work. I'm just gonna be honest. Like I talked to some of the vendors, and some vendors did all right, and some of them did, you know, but you gonna have to work. And I really like to reach out. I mean, like shout out to the vendors I saw that was like coming to people, trying to get them to their booth, walking around. So I recommend if you are a business owner and you thinking about like I'm gonna get a table and pull up at InvestFest, I'd say you gonna have to put in some work. It's it's 25,000 people. Um, you still gotta get there because some of the booths are way in the back. Obviously, at any convention in the back might not be a good thing. Only thing I can say is good, but at least in the back was going towards the food court. So people might see it just by going back towards the food court. But I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you guys. I'm gonna keep 100 and say like, man, you gonna spend that money at InvestFest today that you for sure gonna reap your benefits. But you for sure gonna make your money back. So I can't say that. I talked to some vendors, so I'm just keeping it a buck with you. One thing I can say that I wish they probably could have did better for the vendors is kind of talk about now. It's like, hey, spending your money with these black businesses. You know what I'm saying? Like telling people at the sessions, like, hey, when y'all go to the marketplace, spend your money with the vendors. Kind of promote that a little bit harder because a lot of these small businesses, probably spent their last little bit of money to try to come out to the Vest Fest and hoping to make it back and hoping to get some exposure. You know what I'm saying? So I know as a small business, myself, that if when you do stuff like that, you really hoping that you're gonna get a return on your investment. So, like I said, if y'all go support if you can. Another thing I put down about um, packing because if you are planning on supporting, make sure you have like me. I only did carry on, so I couldn't really support too many people because I couldn't take a lot of stuff with them. Like I supported this Nouveau Body. joint. Uh, but I only could get a travel size because I'm like I only did carry on. I can't buy a large product and get it taken at the airport. So and if you buy a shirt, merch, you're gonna have to need a place to pack that. So that's something else you might want to think about if you plan on supporting a business or whatever, or buying some things from InvestFest and you traveling. You might want to pack light or take a check bag or something just so you can buy a few things to bring it back with you. But that's something that I didn't think about, but I just want to put it out there for you guys. So if you plan on supporting, make sure you got space in your bag so you can take some stuff back. So, but I want to go back to like I said, the main reason I feel like like I was like so crunk about going was um, the energy and just being around the people just kind of make you. It's almost like when you need to go and recap or refill your battery when you might be, especially nowadays in this economy. I know if you got a business, you're probably struggling a little bit. It's probably not as good as what you've done in the years before. So you might need that little bit of motivation to be like, man, let me go out here and hit it. Let me go out here and just give it my all. So just being in the room is that energy is hard to explain like energy, but that energy really make me want to be more motivated. So one of the key takeaways I got from like my next steps with my businesses is kind of be more focused. I'm kind of like my bad problem is I'm trying to focus on too many things, and like most of the successful people, even like Magic Johnson was saying, like you build one thing up and you let that one business pay for your next business and for your next business, and kind of like don't spread yourself too thin. That's the same thing. David Shands from I forgot the name of his podcast, man, but y'all know David Shands. He had a session in the marketplace, the hot seat, pretty much a live hot seat where he brought up entrepreneurs and was talking about uh, what their business was, and a few of them had good ideas, but like one of the dudes was like all over the place. He has too many things going on, and he's like, "Well, I'm finna lunch to this," and he brought up a good point. Like, if you ain't successful at the first business, why are you gonna launch a second business? Like, it's different if you like, "Hey, this is not it. This is not what. This is not it for me." Blah blah blah. But if you're gonna add on another business, then add on another business, and none of the businesses that you're doing are doing well, then you might want to steer your focus on one thing. So that's another good keynote. Um, but it was so many great speakers there. It's like hard to take notes from each one. But also, since I do have a food truck, so I'm gonna give you some like food truck tips. And like the food trucks out there, it sound like they was doing pretty well. The snack and treats food trucks, I don't know, they was kind of struggling out there. I see long lines for food, but that's natural. Most people gonna want to get food, but I still seen people in the regular, the food trucks that might have desserts and stuff like that. But it wasn't nowhere near as many people in food trucks that was actually selling food. But it was a cookie lady on the inside. I didn't get none, but she was racking up. Like, if I don't know how she got that spot inside the lobby, but I saw at the end of the day, like they had trays, like trays of cookies, and then at the end of the day, they had a little sign up like this the last one. So I think they did pretty well. So if you got a food business, food seem like you probably do well if you came out to InvestFest. I don't know if anybody. I just wanted all the food trucks for local. I'm assuming so. I don't know if they had somebody would travel miles with a long distance with a food truck to go out there, but I'm assuming most of those are probably local. But yeah. So let me see if I have any questions on here. Let me see. I'm trying to put it up on my phone. So I apologize to anybody. Uh, this is my first time going live, and I'm trying to go live on two platforms. So I don't know why this camera's kind of not focusing like I want, but I'm trying to go live on two platforms at the same time. So shout out to Ecamm Live. Y'all boys need to give me a little sponsor or something, but I gotta fix my camera right quick. But I'm just gonna keep on this one. I don't think I had it focused right. But still, bro, still everybody out there, I just say if you want to go to InvestFest, like you definitely should tap in and go. It's worth 250. And then right now, if you book before like September, so you got what, about 4 or 5 days, it's half off. So you're talking about 250, half of that 125. It's like if you can invest, I mean, us, I hate to say, us, we spend 125 on just going out to eat one day. Uh, 250 on a good night. So you should be able to at least buy 2 tickets. I mean, you spending 250 on a pair of Jordans. You ain't talking about how much people spend on clothes and all that. So if you right now, up till the end of the a month, which is like what 4 or 5 days, until like what Monday, they doing the tickets half off. Like, so I say definitely tap in and go. Like, if you don't, this is for somebody who never been. I'm skeptical. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. I know at this time, everybody's probably tight with their money, especially you a business owner, or you whatever you doing. But definitely tap in and go to VestFest, man. Like EYL boys, they did their thing, and I got a feeling like they're gonna do it better next year because at the end, they like, man, did we deliver? I'm like, I mean, yeah, they delivered. They had great speakers there, like top notch speakers, organized, a lot of help. Like it was, like I said, it was a well put together conference. So only thing I can feel like it only can get better from here. So I definitely recommend it if you was on the fence and think about going. Definitely like tap in and go. Like I said, online they're advertising the tickets for half off. So I'll say, man, you can like snag one up real quick and at least go, cause that's worth $125, man. Cause just being there, your energy you get, the knowledge you get. Cause a lot of the people, I didn't go into all that. I'm trying to go through all my notes here, but a lot of people they went through their slide deck with a lot of good information. Like I saw Jason White with government contract and had another government contractor. Like I said, Alicia Little with AI, they had business funding. So they had a guy who, and all these people, usually there's like a slide deck or something, that you can get with the QR code. And I looked at it, it's a lot of good information, like the business credit. They kind of told you the play of who to go to, what you exactly needed. So like everybody, I'm gonna go on that real quick and I'm finna jump off. I don't make it too long, but for all my business on them, like they gave the exact play on what you need on your personal side to get these particular business credit cards. And these are credit cards that you can get like zero interest for a whole year. And then they knew which credit bureau like they pull from, all this and that, so you can stack and get more. And then after that year run out, they gave you the play on who can you transfer that balance to get another year of interest free and all this extra information. And then, like I said, so it was a lot of good information out there. So definitely, go. You should go. So that's all I got to say. I want to keep it short. I don't see a lot of questions coming in, but I definitely say you should go. I'm trying to see if I can see my questions coming in because I'm not sure I set it up properly. But let's see. So give me one moment here, y'all. I'm trying to see if I got this thing set up right so I can see the questions that we got coming in. But yeah, I don't see the questions coming in right now. So I see a couple y'all on there. So shout out to everybody who hopped on. Yeah, I'm gonna be doing more lives, so we can just talk about stuff. And this is like my first one going live on YouTube or Instagram, but I just wanted to, like I say, I'm a big believer in starting. I like this is the perfect time to start. I had a lot on my mind about this InvestFest, and I'm motivated. I like before, I was kind of like yeah, I get to it now. I'm just really like ready to mash the gas on everything, get everything in line in my life. Not health, wealth, all those things. Investing in yourself. So that's something that I'm really serious about, and this kind of gave me that little push, like, hey, like you need to get serious about this. So definitely, like I said, man, it was a good look. Y'all wanna, y'all definitely want to tap in and go and see what it's about. So that's pretty much it. Let me see, man, if I got anything else to say. So yeah. So yeah, definitely y'all. But anything, anyway, if y'all still rocking with me, make sure y'all follow me on all of my social media platforms. I recently jumped on TikTok. I got my TikTok page. I'm at 5,000 subscribers here on YouTube. Close to what, like 4,700 or something, or 4,300 on Instagram or something like that. But y'all just tap in, rock with me. I want to be the information plug for you. So as I learn something, I'm gonna take it back and share it with you guys. That's all I'm about, and we gonna make it happen together. So yeah, that's about it. So yeah, man, just steady, keep going, keep upgrading, keep the right people in your circle. So like this was another thing, real quick. This would, if you want to find a circle of people, you can tap in with a lot of people. I got a lot of numbers, a lot of connects, a lot of uh, Instagram people, businesses. I got like 2 or 3 accounts, business cards. So because I need somebody to help with the books, you know what I'm saying? So I got a few people to choose from. So it was a good look. So that's it, bro. Y'all take it easy. Y'all stay grinding. Go hard every day. I'm out later.